What's up YouTube, my name is CakeyC and welcome to the channel. So guys, at this moment in time in Warzone Pacific, there are only a few Vanguard guns that are actually worth using. And the usual suspects keep cropping up. We have the STG, the Cooper Carbine, the MP40, and of course, the BREn. And for that reason, in this video, we're going to go through the best attachments and the best setup that you can be using in Warzone Pacific for the BREn. So let's kick things off with the muzzle. It's going to be a good idea to keep the weapon suppressed, so it's either going to come down to the Mercury silencer or the MX silencer. Now, they're both going to give you that sound suppression. The MX silencer is going to give you some extra accuracy, but the Mercury silencer does come out on top because it's going to help you with recoil control. It is going to take away some damage range, but we're going to make up for that with the type of barrel that we're going to use. And we're going to go for the Queen's 705mm Royal barrel. This is going to give us horizontal recoil control, bullet velocity, reduced scope sway and gun bob, and then the damage range making up for the silencer. And it is going to take away some sprint to fire time and aim down sight speed, but this is going to be our medium to long range option. You're not going to need the sprint to fire and the ADS speed if you're using these at the correct distances. If you're fighting with this up close, then it's going to be a little bit more difficult, but hopefully you're running a sub like an MP40 in the pocket to help with those close encounters. Now, moving on to the optic, this is where you're going to have the most freedom with this build. Basically, just choose the one you prefer the most. I like running the SVT 3 to 6 times optic. I like the positioning of it on the gun. The BREn isn't the easiest gun to use with regards to how it sits in your field of view, so having an optic that's going to help out with that, I found it most beneficial for my playstyle, but choose whatever you prefer. But if you've never used this gun, the SVT 3 to 6 times optic is going to be a good place to start. Moving on to the stock, we're going to go for the Hawkinson SP2B stock. Now this is going to help out with some accuracy and then recoil during sustained fire. That is the main reason why I like running this stock option. It is going to take away some initial recoil and it is going to take away some aiming stability, but this gun doesn't really have much recoil. On the topic of talking about recoil, you could run the Queen's Model 11BH stock if you wanted to, if you wanted that extra recoil control, but it is going to slow you down a lot more because of the movement speed. And this gun, if you think about it, it is heavy. It does feel like the old school LMGs from Call of Duty, so if you're running the Hawkinson, it does kind of speed you up a little bit. Now, moving on to the underbarrel, we are going to go for the M1941 hand stop underbarrel. This is going to give us recoil control and accuracy. It is going to take away some hip fire accuracy, but again, the distances that we're going to be using this gun at, we're really not going to worry about hip fire accuracy. Now, moving on to the magazine, I'm currently running the Secura 40 round mags. Again, this is going to help with recoil control and accuracy. It's going to give us some ADS speed and it's also going to help us with fire rate. It is going to take away some bullet velocity, bullet penetration, and some damage. We'll make up for the bullet velocity with the type of ammo we put on, and the damage is kind of traded with the fire rate. What do you want to do? More damage but a slower gun, or do you want to have a faster gun with a little bit less damage? Now, the only downside to using the 40 round mags is that the magazine sits on top of the gun, and in my opinion, it does make this gun a little bit awkward to use. And in the last couple of days I've been playing Warzone, I have been noticing people using the 100 round drum mag because it will sit on the side of the gun, not on top, and it gives you back that whole field of view. So again, try these two attachments out. You decide what you prefer. If you do run the 40 round mag, you will notice that the fire rate is a little bit quicker. But again, if you don't like the 40 round mag because it does sit on top, it does take some getting used to, run the 100 round drum mags. It's going to sit on the side. You'll be able to use this gun a lot easier, just might not be as quick. Now, like we just mentioned, we are going to lose a little bit of bullet velocity with those 40 round mags. We're going to make up for that by putting on the lengthened ammo. Again, there are a few options depending on your personal preference. You could run the subsonic to stay off the minimap. You could run the fire rounds if you wanted, or you also could run hollow point to give you extra limb damage. But in my opinion, that lengthened ammunition is way too good not to be running. Moving on to the rear grip, we're going to go for the polymer grip. Again, this is going to help with accuracy and recoil during sustained fire. So it's all about that sustained fire. You can shoot this gun for 40 bullets and it does not move. And then finally, in the perk slots, we're going to go for the tight grip in the perk 1 slot. This is going to give us, again, accuracy and recoil during sustained fire. This just makes this gun so easy to use. And all of the other perks, they're just really not as good as the tight grip. And it just makes total sense to be running it in this slot. And then finally, for a similar reason, it's just the best out of the bunch. Fully loaded, it's going to give you max starting ammo when you pick this up from the loadout. It's such a huge advantage over the Modern Warfare and Cold War guns. And there we go guys, a quick recap of all 10 attachments. We're going to go for the Mercury silencer, the Queen's 705mm Royal barrel, the SVT 3 to 6 times optic, we're going to go for the Hawkinson SP2B stock, we're going to go for the M1941 handstop underbarrel, the 40 round Secura mags, the lengthened ammunition, the polymer rear grip, the tight grip perk, and then of course fully loaded in the final slot guys. Let me know your thoughts on that build. Have you tried this? Are you using a different setup? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this helpful or you enjoyed this video, let me know by dropping a like on it down below. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so big love to anyone who leaves a like or a comment on the video. Thank you for staying tuned to the video. As always, feel free to subscribe to the channel for all of the latest Call of Duty news, tips and tricks, how-tos, class setups, and much more.